How can that woman sit there and talk about clothes? I mean, she just has no idea about fashion at all, does she? Hello, I'm Annie from Tousled Up. And no, I have no idea about fashion, but I still know a deal about clothes. And I'm talking you through it, and all you do is like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we're all good. And no, I'm not particularly interested in fashion, not in the sense of following fashion, obviously. I am interested in fashion as a phenomenon. I am interested in the history of fashion. And I am also interested in what fashion really is, what it does to us, and if there is another way of doing clothes. According to my own definition, just to know what we are talking about here, fashion is the way that clothes reflects time. Fashion is about where in time we exist, and also what very creative people think is hot right now. Style is something different. And these are definitions, I know, but right now this is my video, so we stick with my definitions here, okay? Style is the way that clothes reflect you, which is something quite different, isn't it? And I would like you to try to recall people that you have admired through times, people that you have been reacting on. Oh, she really looks good in her clothes. She has a sense of style. Or, oh, that guy really knows what he's doing when he's dressing. Maybe they have been expressing fashion to you. Maybe they were just doing what was hot at the moment. But they were probably doing something else. They were probably doing themselves. One of the problems with fashion, with clothes reflecting time instead of reflecting you, is that what is fashionable today will not be fashionable in a year or two, because then times have changed, so clothes have changed with them. Easy equation there, really. But clothes with style, clothes that reflect you, that's another thing, right? Because you pretty much stay the same. So clothes that are stylish, that reflects you, can probably last for many years. Now, my obnoxious team who is here with me is saying, but how do we address the fact that people change over time and might like something different in 5 years or 10 years, or might even change in size? That is an issue, of course it is. But you know, those items that we really, really love, the items that we cling on to so much because they somehow are us, the ones that we mourn when they finally die, those items, they tend to last us a very long time. They tend to stay with us even though we change aesthetics, and even though we change size, we just ache for them to change with us because they mean something. And this is the sad truth. Those items that we love the most, they will eventually die. We try to keep them alive. We try to not see when they are deteriorating into dementia and when they are just falling off thread by thread, because we love them. So we want them to last. And you surely know that feeling. You know when you finally know that you have to say goodbye to an item. And you go looking for, how can I get it back? How can I find the company that was selling this? Or how can I make an item that is just like this one? Those items. What if your wardrobe was actually full of those items? No, I don't believe that all of your items in your wardrobe can be those items, but I believe that quite a big proportion of them could be. I come back again to something that I have been nagging about the last few videos. I have been saying that the real cost in money, pure money, for an item is not just the price tag, it's the price tag divided with the number of times that you're actually using that item. Simple maths. Then we bring in a few other aspects. The cost for the planet. The more you use an item, the more cost effective it is for the planet, really. Clothes are a huge strain for our planet, and when we are just buying clothes, using them once or twice, and then they go to waste, that is also a huge planetary waste. Then comes the emotional aspect. And I would have loved to go into the emotional parts, but again, Bloody Team has opinions. I need to talk about why clothes are such a strain for the planet, and they might have a point there. Okay, so we'll just do a quick check here, okay? Making clothes is a very straining process for the nature. Making cotton, for example, requires loads of water, loads of energy. Making polyester, well, that is actually oil, it's plastics. And we all know what a strain that is, don't we? And then we have the processes itself, not just growing the cotton and refining it, then it is the cutting, sewing, and so on. Making clothes is a huge strain on the planet. But then comes also the waste of fabrics. When we throw away fabrics, it is really hard to reuse the material for new clothes. There are attempts to do this, but most of it actually becomes landfillings. And okay, when clothes are just dead, gone, over, deceased, X clothes, we just don't have a choice, do we? But buying clothes that you use once or twice and just, no, this is not really what I wanted, it doesn't really fit, that is a really bad idea. So why do we do it? I mean, all of us understand that simple thing, right? Using an item once or twice and is a bad idea. Was I ever guilty of doing such a bad thing? Oh my Lord, hundreds of times. Before I kind of figured out a system how to not do it. Because we don't do this because we are bad people. We don't do it because we don't understand. We do it for another reason. And that reason is emotional. And now finally I'm getting into the emotional loop. Your clothes are doing something for you, not just keeping your body warm or keeping you kind of decent when you go outdoors. They are doing something to you, how you feel about yourself. And when you use an item once or twice and whoops, you do it because that item did something bad to you emotionally. It made you feel, I don't feel good in this item. I don't feel good looking. I don't feel comfortable. I feel self-aware, uncomfortable. I don't want to wear this item. And I agree that when you are there, getting rid of that item is a bloody good idea. And still it's such a strain for the planet. So how can we not do it? The answer is really very obvious, isn't it? We don't buy those clothes. We buy only clothes that we feel comfortable in and that will last us, until the material starts deteriorating and is one day gone. We buy only those clothes. Everybody knows this, really. So why don't we? Because we get seduced and because we don't really know how to find those items. We get seduced by different things. For some, it is the price tag only. My mother has always been one of those people. If she sees a price tag with a low price, she will be much more inclined to buy the item, whether the item actually fits her or not. I come from that tradition, so that is what I once did too. I know that seduction. Another seduction that is easy to fall for is just the look of the clothing item. Something that really speaks to you, whatever that is. For many people, it is really fashion, what you have become used to see as nice looking, hot, the thing that looks good right now. There are ways to move beyond that seduction, to actually buy clothes with more intent. And in the upcoming videos, we will go through step by step how you can do it, exactly how, in a very practical way. So again, all you need to do to actually learn how to do it, press subscribe and also press like, just because we tell you it is important that you do that, okay? See you next time.